put you in the next round of the Challenge Cup?
Yeah, we're really pleased with the victory. Made to battle as well. It were an hard-fought victory, and eventually we scored a couple of late tries and played some good stuff that last 20 minutes. But tough game.
And that first half, Oldham were tough, weren't they? They were getting, the forwards of Oldham were getting into your faces, and just a 10-0 gap at half-time. Yeah,
pleased with the 0. Yeah, definitely. We respect them. We know what they can do, and in review or preview, we know that they can play, and they're a well-coached team that work hard for each other. And I just thought that we probably coughed up too much possession, made too many errors in that first half. Just needed to tidy that up a little bit. Completion rate at just over 60% is not good enough, especially in this heat, and it's the third game of the Easter period, which I think is always the toughest game of the lot. But yeah, really pleased. I thought 10-0 at half time. We going uphill second half. We had some challenges. Lost Bostock at half time with a broken hand, so it meant that we needed to be smart with our rotation on the bench. We had to jiggle things around a little bit, and players had to play extended time where they wouldn't normally. But we came through good in the end.
And Oldham, they had a lot of territory and possession in that first half, but you did keep them scoreless. So how pleasing was that going into half-time?
We know we're a good defensive team, and we know that we work hard for each other, and we have good systems and good understanding of how to defend. And they had field position. We didn't have much at all, did we? But when we did go down their end of the field, we managed to score 2 tries, which gave us confidence, knowing that if we got some decent field position and we could complete a few sets on them, then there'd be some scores. So yeah, but credit to them. Thought it was a bit of a scratchy game, to be honest. I've never seen a ruck area like that for a long time. For both teams, I think it ended up a little bit of a mess, and when penalties were blown, I think I had Lockwood coming off at half time, and it just felt like that the referee needed to give a penalty every set that was out there, and I think the fans were frustrated, and both sets of players were frustrated. I think Scott was frustrated as well. So yeah, it's a good win for us. Really pleased. Don't want to focus on the referee. I'd rather focus on my team and how well they've done.
And the way that Featherstone came into the game and put the points on towards the end of the game, was it about keeping patient and just staying patient throughout that game?
It was almost like the Chinese water torture treatment today. Just kept tapping away at the ruck area, and eventually we started to get and generate a little bit more speed in the ruck, and we started to play on the front foot, and then things started to open up for us, and we knew that we needed to be patient as well, but we probably didn't put them under enough pressure early on, and that gave them energy to be a threat until probably 60 minutes, where things started to come and started to happen for us, and we started to look a little bit more fluid in our attack and quicker with the ball.
Just going, you mentioned Andy Bostock's hand injury. That's a big blow, isn't it, to Featherstone Rovers to have a broken bone in his hand?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how serious it is. He's gone off to a hospital, but it's a big blow because he's probably one of the best front rowers in the competition and a really important player for us. So, it's a loss. It's a real big loss for us. But we'll have to, like always, we've got other blokes that are coming through and coming in, and Cooper's a good example, and Tag's another example of young players who have developed at this club and are coming to the fore now and showing the true potential.
Going into the next round now, is there any preference that you want to be drawn out of that bag against Featherstone?
I think that we'd like to play at home. We enjoy playing at home, especially on days like today. I think that a home draw would be really good. You'd try and avoid, wouldn't you, in reality, you'd try and avoid some Super League teams and get Championship if that's possible. But strange things happen in Challenge Cups. I think there's been a few funny results this weekend, and that'll happen next round as well. That's what the cup's about, and the beauty of the cup competition is something that this club's well entrenched in. We all understand as Featherstone people how a great tradition that we have, and I thought it was a great initiative today. with Malcolm Dixon leading the team out. I thought that was a really good touch, and credit to the club for that. I thought that gave everybody a lift. Well, it did me and my mum and dad, so they enjoyed that. So, you know, I thought it was a real good touch and shows how important this cup competition is to us.
Yeah, I think we just got a little bit old-headed then, really. With the first half, we was okay. We didn't really create any pressure or put any pressure on Fev, but we kind of played him in the right parts of the field, and we didn't really give many penalties away or much field position away. Featherstone are a very good team if you give them easy field position. Second half, we just played the opposite way. Just give them too much ball, give them too many penalties. I think we give 4 penalties away straight. They scored a couple of quick tries on us. The game was gone really then, and then you're just then kind of looking at people mentally and thinking, like, can they get to the end of the game really? So if we're going to win that game today, we're going to nick it in the last 10 minutes. We're not going to win it with 20 points or whatever. So we just had to be in it at the 70-minute mark. I was okay with the first half. We didn't really cause them any problems, but I was okay with the scoreline. And then to come out first and score, kind of like, well, that should give us like the energy really to kick on. And we kind of like went the opposite way, started making yardage mistakes, and then obviously they've got some quality lads. They get near your try line. You've got to be extremely good defensively to stop them. They've shown that against everybody they've played against here so far this year. So yeah, we just got old schooled in the second half a little bit. Yeah, a good ball is. I mean, I think if you look at the league table, obviously our points for are not amazing. It's definitely an area that I would like us to improve on. We keep working on it, but it's different doing it in training than doing it on a Sunday against people. We can score points. We tried to play a little bit more expansive in the first half, a bit more offload, and try and move, obviously, Featherstone's big pack about a little bit more, and it seemed to work. We just didn't get to the end of any sets, and the kicking game was below par today. We didn't get any repeat sets. Hardman defends in the line a lot, so there's a lot of space in the in goal behind him. We didn't really put any pressure on him. I think we put one decent kick in the first half, and Liam Bent nearly scores. So we did a lot of good things, but some important things we just did a little bit poorly today, and it just ended up costing us.
Your forwards competed very well in the first half. In fact,
we've got some good lads. You know what I mean? We're considering the money we spend. Obviously, we've got some really good lads. We've got some what you call 100%ers. You know what I mean? They come and give everything every week, every time we play, and that's what got us promoted, and that's what kept us in the division last year. You know, was those kind of lads. We just tried to add a little bit of quality to it this season, and in some games we've shown that, and we've ended up obviously beating some very good teams like Bradford and whatever you saw, and Sheffield. So it is there in us. It's just the consistency of us is a little bit missing. You know, we've had some heavy defeats, but then we've gone and beat some quality. So it's the pack are good. You know, it's not the pack I have problems with.
Was the switch of Lippy and Turner, was that tactical? Was Lippy
I know, it's just obviously Scott's a full-back, Lippy's a full-back. It was just to give Scott a run at full-back and just let him do some more carries, take a bit of pressure off Lippy. He got a bit of a decent whack in the face in the first half as well, so they're just both workhorses, and Scott's probably got a little bit more about him in good ball, but we didn't really find him enough. I didn't really use him enough in good ball, so no, it was just to give him a bit of a run in different spots. That's all.